Everyone, Scotty White of World Combat Sports. I have the pleasure of speaking with the one and only, the Phenom, Douglas Lima. How you feel, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
All right. Let's just get the fight fans that's not too familiar with you. Two-time welterweight champion in Bellator, one of the top tier fighting organizations outside the UFC, or pretty much, right abreast with the UFC. You started your professional career in 2006. What motivated you to start training martial arts?
I mean, of course, for me it was always to be a better martial artist, for myself. I got a lot of love for the sport. Like I said, I've been fighting for over, 10 years, 13, 15 years, so right now it's just to keep the train moving. I got a family, I got kids, biggest motivation for me right now. But I also fight for myself, of course. Like I said, this is something that I love doing. And, we're here at the top, of the division, fighting for the world title one more time. And I'm just happy doing what I'm doing, and looking forward to this next challenge.
How did it feel the first time you fought for that welterweight championship? You fought for the vacant welterweight championship. You won it. How was that feeling for you to earn your first world championship as a mixed martial artist?
Feels good, because, for us fighters, the goal is to be a champion, to get the belt. That's the top of the mountain right there. I was a world champion before at the MFC, before I came to Bellator.
Correct.
And, so that was actually the second world title that I won, so, it feels good. It feels good, but it just doesn't feel right, because I don't have the belt with me right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, we're working towards it, the next fight is for the belt, and just keep on moving forward.
Well, speaking of not having the belt, the first time that you won the title in Bellator, you wasn't defeated. You had to leave because of injuries, correct?
Yeah, injuries. That's I won the title with an injury already. I had a torn meniscus when I fought for the belt, and I did the surgery right after. And after the surgery, it was just, things going wrong with it. Coming back, I hurt it again. Actually, 4 or 5 surgeries that I ended up doing on that knee. And at the time, I took a fight. I defended the belt against Koreshkov, and that's when I lost it. Of course, kind of blamed the injury, but I still lost it, But I got it back from him, for the guy that took it from me, so it says a lot, Fighting injury and fighting health is definitely different. And I got it back, lost it one more time, and, here trying to get it again.
So I saw, you and Koreshkov has a deep history, you have a trilogy together.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he won the first one, but you've basically won the last two.
The last two.
And, you end up submitting him. That's the good thing I like about your fight game. You're well-rounded. Not only do you have strikes, but your legs are lethal, and you got punching power to go with a BJJ game. So when did you feel that are you still believing that you're still evolving into that mixed martial artist? Because you did pick up the welterweight championship strap again in Bellator. So do you think you're right where you're at right now? You're peaking right where you should be?
I feel good right now. I feel like I'm in my prime right now. I'm now 31 years old, and MMA, you gotta be good everywhere. You can't just be a jiu-jitsu guy. You can't just be a boxer going in there with all these guys. Everybody nowadays is good. I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I started everything together. I started kickboxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, everything together. And that's what I'm doing, just putting it all together, getting good at all of them together. You know what I mean? Putting it together when we get to the cage. Because I still think I'm improving. I'm improving in my jiu-jitsu every day. I'm trying to improve my hands here every day. My Muay Thai, working on the kicks too, because there's always room for improvement, and nowadays you can't play around. You gotta be good everywhere, not just, physically, but mentally you gotta go there already, so there's a lot that comes into it for the fighting. It's not just going in there and fighting. There's so much that goes on behind that you gotta be ready for all of it.
And you're absolutely right, I've seen pictures of you training your Muay Thai. You are the ATT, American Top Team. When do you go to train your Muay Thai? Do you leave the state and go into another country and train Muay Thai?
I do it here. I got my coaches here as well, but like you said, we're always trying to improve. So we went to Thailand. I've been going there for the past year and a half, past 2 years. Perfecting it. Kicks is my thing. There's always a little tweak. There's always a little something that we can correct and get better at. So that trip to Thailand really helped me out a lot. Showed me a different view, of Muay Thai and you know, got to learn with different coaches and stuff. So, you know, we always trying to improve, you know what I mean? So that trip over there really helped me out a lot.
Douglas, what did you take from your first bout with Rory Macdonald? You have a fighter that's been on the top tier of the UFC. He was coming off 2 defeats, Robbie Lawler and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. So he steps in Bellator, and you know at one point in time you and him would clash. So when you found out that you all were on that path, what did you take from going in there to fight Rory Macdonald that would be your pluses and minuses?
I mean, the main thing is just the experience of competing against a guy like him. You know, he's been fighting top guys throughout his whole career. You know, his first loss was to Carlos Condit in the UFC. Crazy fight. So he's been fighting those type of fights, you know, ever since it started. You know, so just the experience, you know, the heart that he brings to the fight. You know, he's very complete. He's a very smart fighter. So I definitely learned a lot. You know, even losing the fight, I learned so much. You know, when I went with him. And,
that was momentum shifts all through the fight. Very entertaining fight. You know, you rarely get a fight that you can go back and replay and enjoy watching it each and every time for 5 rounds.
5 rounds, you know, it was a war. You know, I don't expect anything different this time around. Even
he said you was the toughest opponents he ever faced.
I would say so. You know, him, Koreshkov, you know, they're definitely in the top right there. But for me, every fight is hard. You know, every fight is a top opponent, you know, but I did learn a lot with him in that fight. You know, I'm looking forward to another war. I know he's going to come even better this time around. You know what I mean? And I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm ready to go. I'm just looking forward to it again.
Douglas, I have to ask, what hit the media waves, and we was talking about it, the fight you had with Michael Venom Page. Man, you so calm in the ring, man. You so composed in the ring from a fighter who has been known to dart in, to strike in, and kind of, you know, strike like a snake periodically. You end up stopping him round 2, 35 seconds in, round 2, I believe. What did you see, man, that you can time? Was it just the timing? Because I seen you the first time when you set up your kick. You know, he didn't bite. And then the second time he came in and you landed that kick and knocked him down and hit him with a right uppercut.
Key to that for that fight was patience. I had to be patient. Not fall into the whole thing that he does, the dancing around. I just couldn't let myself get caught into that. You know, I think that's what everybody gets caught with. It's very fast. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? So I had to adjust to that in the first round because I knew he was going to be fast, especially in the first round. You know, I missed a couple of the kicks. You know, he danced around. You know, acting like, you know, but I just kept my focus. You know, because I knew at one point in time I would land that kick, and I knew I was going to hurt him because I knew I had the power to finish him at any time. I was patient, you know, he came in, you know, he got comfortable once he did hurt me with that punch, you know what I mean, that overhand. He got really comfortable when he put the hands on the knee. I was like, oh, this is time now. As soon as he got close, you know, I swept him with the kick and the uppercut landed. So.
I was saying the same thing when he was getting too comfortable with Douglas Lima, though. I was like, what is this guy's ego at? Because I knew you had punching power. And it was only a matter of time before you did close the distance. But to see him go in the way he did, it was the perfect strike. I mean, the way you did the low calf kick, knocked him down, he never saw the right coming. It was a beautiful finish. You know, congrats on the win, man, because you gave him his first defeat. You know, you kind of shut down and kind of gave someone to look at how to defeat Michael Venom Page. Now, heading into this rematch, you're going to get your belt back. How do you feel, man? You know, you're 100%, you're feeling good. What do you think is going to be better for you this time around? Your takedown defense, or?
I guess just the fighter's mentality, you know. I guess the first time I showed him a little too much respect, you know, inside there. You know what I mean? You know, he was Rory Macdonald, you know, at the time, you know, maybe I was too, I don't know, maybe I would say too shy. But right now I'm just going to let it all go.
You were shy doing that battle y'all had?
Oh. I really believe I didn't show 100% of myself in there. Some of those takedowns that he caught me with, I was like, come on, there's no way. Why? How did I let that happen?
Yeah, because he was catching your right kick, you know.
Yeah, he was catching and some of those body locks too. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff that we could work on, that I did work on and got better at it. And I feel healthy. I've been training this whole year. I haven't stopped since we started this tournament. I haven't stopped, you know what I mean? I just want this belt back so bad.
I felt heading into that fight, you was a better all-around fighter. That's just the way I felt. I seen Rory Macdonald fight before. I seen the war between him Him and Robbie Lawler. Okay, I got it. And then Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is just a whole different style. But you can strike with your hands, your feet, and your ground game is high level. So I felt you would have the advantage. When you had him out, he was able, you know.
Yeah, survived and escaped.
Yeah.
But you know, this time around, I'm going there to finish him. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna let that belt slip out of my hands this time. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good. I'm working hard. You know, I'm doing my homework. You know, did everything that I could. It's time to perform now. We're here 2 weeks out. I just can't wait to get in there. Can't wait to compete. Can't wait to fight again. And feel good.
Last question. Let the fight fans know, when do you do to face Rory Macdonald for the welterweight championship in Bellator?
So we're fighting October 26th, you know, at Mohegan Sun, you know, Connecticut. Douglas Lima versus Rory Macdonald is the tournament final. You know, fighting that I've been looking for a very long time since we fought last. And hope you guys tune in the zone. It's going to be a show.
Where can the fight fans follow you?
At Phenom Lima. Instagram, Twitter, everything is the same. At Phenom Lima. So give your boy a follow and follow the career.
Hey, I appreciate it. Douglas Phenom Lima, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Wish you the best going in there getting your title back, man. I followed you for quite some time, man.
Appreciate
Salute
it.
to you.
Thank you.